Miss Alice Go, kumusta ka na? Kumusta ang pagbabalik Pilipinas mo?
Yes, SP Pro Temp.
Thank you, Madam
Jinggoy,
Chair.
and then, yes.
Before I proceed with my opening statement, may I request Miss Alice Go to remove her face mask kung totoo siya talaga si Alice Go.
Please remove your mask, Ms. Go.
Siya nga.
Yes,
Good morning,
SP
Madam
Pro Temp.
Chair, and to our esteemed colleagues. Miss Alice Go, kumusta ka na? Kumusta ang pagbabalik Pilipinas mo?
Ms. Alice,
I told you to remove your face mask all throughout the
keep it
hearing.
removed.
Magandang umaga po, Sen. Okay naman po.
Okay. Marami ka litrato naka-peace sign ka pa and all smiles kasama ang mga tauhan ng NBI at mga BI at tiga Bureau of Immigration. Nakakadismaya to at napaka-unprofessional. Bigyan niyo naman ng dignidad ang inyong mga trabaho. Alice Go, sino ka ba talaga? Alam na namin lahat through the hearings conducted by this committee na hindi ka Pilipino. Hindi totoong lumaki ka sa farm, hindi totoo si Teacher Rubilin, hindi rin totoo na simpleng mamamayan ka lang. Puro kasinungalingan ang istorya na isinuwalat mo dito sa Senado at sa publiko. At the two Senate hearings that you were present, and you were under oath, but you fearlessly fabricated stories and fed the Filipinos a pack of lies. And in stark contrast to the purported image that you grew up in a farm and was only involved in hog and poultry raising, some 28 billion flowed through your bank accounts despite your companies earning meager income. Gaano ba kalawak ang kanilang operasyon? At ano ang intensyon niya na pati pagiging mayor ay kailangan niyang pasukin? She openly mocked our government processes, disrespected our electoral system, and insulted every Filipino by believing she could run for mayor, win, and never be caught. At isa pa, tungkol sa kanyang counter affidavit na sinumite sa DOJ para sa kanyang human trafficking case na submitted na for resolution noong pang August 6, hindi ba talaga nakakapagtaka na nagpanotaryo noong August 14 sa San Jose del Monte, Bulacan, maski wala na siya sa bansa? Nag-request na tanggapin ng DOJ ang kanyang counter affidavit maski na tapos na ang deadline. Kaya naman pala pinagpipilitan ng kanyang mga abogado na nandito pa si Alice Go dahil may butas sa pagpapanotaryo. And it was all part of the narrative that Alice Go was still here. Her lawyers insisting that they were told by Alice Go that she is still here in the country despite reports that she was seen abroad. Dapat panagutin ang gumawa ng kabalustugan na ito. She must have been laughing at us, thinking she outsmarted everyone when she fled the Philippines undetected, or rather with the help of civilians and potentially even those in government. And let me just state frustratingly that the Indonesian authorities did exactly what the Philippine authorities have failed to do in 2 months with regard to her arrest. But nevertheless, I would like to commend the DILG Secretary Abalos, for a job well done and for successfully negotiating the return and bringing Alice Go back to our country. Nais natin malaman kung sino-sino ang mga tumulong kay Alice Go at sa kanyang mga kasamahan para makalabas ng Pilipinas na hindi dumaan sa tamang proseso. Certainly, we also would want to know how these Chinese nationals pretending to be Filipinos were allowed to open businesses under their names. How were they able to use Filipinos as dummies in their companies? Also, how were they able to circumvent the constitutional prohibition of limiting foreign equity to 40%? Maraming batas ang kanilang nilabag. Nararapat lamang na sila'y managot, and we cannot let them get away with this. Maraming salamat po, Madam Chair.
Maraming salamat din, SP Pro Temp Jinggoy. Any other colleagues with yes, Sen Joel and then Sen Sherwin?
Thank you very much, Madam Chair. Magandang araw po sa ating lahat. Ang sabi po ng John chapter 8 verse 32, the truth shall set us free. Isa lang po ang gusto nating lahat na malaman. Matagal na nating hinahanap. Matagal na nating hinihintay. Ito rin ang hinihintay ngayon ng sambayan ng Pilipino. Walang iba kundi ang katotohanan. Sapagkat ang katotohanan ang magpapalaya sa atin. Umabot po tayo sa araw na ito, Madam Chair, dahil bukod po sa puro hindi ko na po maalala, Your Honor, ang sagot sa atin, tinaguan pa ho tayo ni Miss Alice Go na napag-alaman nating hindi tunay na Pilipino. Alice, binastos mo at binalahura mo ang buong gobyerno, ang buong sambayan ng Pilipino. Hindi ko maintindihan kung bakit nung nahuli ka, parang walang-wala sa'yo. Na-offend po kami. Na-offend po kami. Hindi ko po alam, pero parang ang turing mo sa amin ay kaaway na. Pero ang totoo, Alice, ang totoo kung magsasabi ka ng katotohanan, kami dito sa Senado ang totoong kakampi mo. Bibigyan ka namin muli ng pagkakataon ngayong araw na ito. Pagkakataon na isiwalat ang katotohanan. Dahil kahit ayaw mong sabihin ng katotohanan, Senado ito. Hindi ito perya. Sigurado kami na malalaman at lalabas ang katotohanan sa Senado. Kung ikaw ay tunay na Pilipino, dapat alam mo ang kasaysayan. Sa kasaysayan, ang Senado ang nagiging sandigan ng demokrasya. Ito ang nagpapalabas ng katotohanan. Pag ikaw ay nagsasabi ng katotohanan, ang Senado ang siguradong magpuprotekta sa iyo. More than any agency or institution in this country. Muli, isang bagong pagkakataon ng araw na ito, lalo para sa iyo, Alice. Sa pagsasabi mo ng katotohanan, hindi lang ikaw ang magbebenepisyo, kundi ang sambayanan. At ipapaalala ko sa iyo muli ang iyong sinumpaan dito sa Senado to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. Kung hindi ka sasagot sa mga tanong natin dito sa Senado o maglulubid ka lang ng buhangin, hindi lalabas ang katotohanan. Nais nating sabihin sa ating mga kababayan ang kahalagahan ng ating ginagawa. Not just in the aid of legislation, but to ensure that we will put a period, an end to this horrible and terrible pogo na ipakita ng Senado through this committee na even LGUs, even a town like Banban ay kayang pasukin at kontrolin ng husto ng pogo. Can you imagine, ladies and gentlemen, kung magpapatuloy ito? Hindi lamang mayor, gobernador, congressman o senador, baka balang araw, pag hindi natin tinuldukan ito, sa susunod na halalan, meron tayong pogo-sponsored president. Kaya po importante na pagtulong-tulungan po natin ito at siguruhin that we will be able to serve the best interests of our people. Maraming salamat at magandang umaga po sa ating lahat.
Salamat din, Sen Joel. Sen Sherwin.
Go Huaping, nagsinungaling ka sa taong bayan, nagsinungaling ka sa Senado, at higit sa lahat, nagsinungaling ka sa sarili mong kababayan sa Bamban. Alam namin hindi ka Pilipino. Nakita namin yan sa pekeng birth certificate mo. Alam namin na hindi ka lumaki sa farm at hindi ka nag-homeschool. Dahil alam ko saan ka nag-aaral, sa Grace Christian High School, na parehong eskwelahan na pinuntahan ko. Alam namin na meron kang kapatid na si Wesley Guo at si Seaman Guo na itinakwil mo nung una. At alam rin namin yung connection mo sa mga pogo. Kahit na naging mayor ka, hindi mo ibinenta yung pagmamay-ari mo sa Baufulan. At alam namin konektado ka pa rin yan hanggat ikaw ay nasa posisyon. Alam rin namin na meron kang koneksyon sa dalawang pogo na nag-ooperate sa sarili mong bayan, yung Hongsheng at yung Zunyuan. At mamaya ipapakita rin namin yung koneksyon mo doon. Kahit na tumakas ka, ipinagpatuloy namin yung pagdinig dito sa committee. At dahil sa pagdinig na ito, maraming kaso ang na-file sa iyo. 7 kaso. Graft and corruption case ng Ombudsman, human trafficking case ng DOJ, co-warranto case ng Solgen, tax evasion case ng BIR, money laundering case ng AMLAC, pagkansela ng birth certificate mo ng Solgen, at meron ring election code offense ng COMELEC. Ito na siguro ang tingin ko isa sa pinaka malalim at malalang criminal activity na nakita natin sa buong kasaysayan natin. Sa isang tao, halos 7 kaso ang isinampas sa iyo. Pero alam namin hindi pa tapos itong pagdinig namin. Gusto namin malaman kung sino ang tumulong sa iyo para makatakas. Pribadong personalidad man o sa gobyerno. Gusto rin namin malaman sino pa ang mga kasabwat mo sa Pogo Hub sa Bamban, pati na rin sa Pogo Hub sa Porac dahil nakakita na kami ng koneksyon dito sa dalawa. At gusto rin namin malaman kung sino-sino pa yung mga personalidad na tumulong sa iyo para mabuo itong mga Pogo Hub sa ating bansa, sa gobyerno man o sa pribado. Importante na makasuhan sila at importante rin na panugutin sila. Kaya mahalaga itong hearing na ito at mahalaga na marinig namin sa iyo mismo kung sino-sino itong mga taong tumulong sa iyo para magdala ng krimen dito sa ating minamahal na bansa. Thank you very much, Madam Chairperson.
Thank you very much also, Sen. Sherwin. Meron pa ba opening statements? Sen JV and then Sen Rafi.
Madam Chair, morning po. Anyway, sa umagang ito, sabi ko nga noon, satisfied naman ako and I'd like to congratulate again the Chair and the committee for ably handling this issue. Pero sa 3 bagay lang po, Madam Chair, no? Ang importante, una-una, gusto natin malaman, sino ba talaga ang tunay na mga boses, no, in this web of international syndicate na pumasok dito sa ating bansa. At sana po yan ay sabihin po ni Ms. Go ngayong umaga. Pangalawa, sino, muli, nabanggit na, sino mga tumulong na pribado man o nasa gobyerno para siya po ay tumakas dahil hindi na po pwedeng maulit ito na tayo po ay binabastos sa sariling bansa, nakatulong ang ilang mga nasa ahensya ng ating pamahalaan. At panghuli, ay pangatlo po ay Madam Chair, sino po ang tumulong kay Ms. Go na makapasok sa larangan ng politika hanggang siya po ay maging mayor? Baka mamaya po ay marami na humpain ang Chinese Communist Party, ang CCP. Dahil po sa ating dispute, mamaya sa iba't ibang lugar ay nakapasok na rin po pa sila. So yung 3 bagay lang po ngayong umaga, alam ko po ay marami pa akong magtatanong, pero sana po ay masagot po ito ni Ms. Go sa umagang to. Maraming salamat.
Maraming salamat din, Sen JV. Sen Rafi.
Good morning, Madam Chair, Senator Risa Ontiveros, colleagues, resource speakers and guests. Maraming salamat po sa pagdalo. As chairperson of the Committee on Public Service, I'm concerned about the regulation of our transport system. We provide regulations for several reasons. First, to safeguard those taking public transportation are safe and secure. Second, to ensure that those given the privilege to own and operate any form of transportation could be held liable for their actions in operating such vehicle, vessel, or aircraft. And finally, there is a need to regulate these transport systems because they could be used for criminal activities. These past weeks, namangha po tayo sa mala-action movie na kwento ni Sheila Goo. She painted for us what was probably the escape route out of the Philippines. But note, that is just probably. Hindi po tayo sigurado. We have to take her testimony with a grain of salt. For all we know, binuulan din nila yung kwentong yan doon sa farm kung saan lumaki si Miss Alice Go. Mga kwentong paglihis sa tunay na nangyayari. Based on our research and discussion with transport experts, anyone with money could have several options for exiting the Philippines. Madam Chair, may I please direct everyone to a video we prepared to give an idea of what could have happened being used by the ghost. the Goos.
Sen. Rafi, just for the information of the committee, ilang minuto po yung ating video?
Less than a minute, Madam Chair.
Thank you. Please proceed, Sen. Rafi, as part of your opening statement.
Starting with the lower deck, which is where most of the
And
action
before we proceed, the Chair would like to acknowledge and
There's
thank the
net,
presence of the
deck
Majority
also,
Leader, Sen. Francis.
ski
Salamat
boat,
po. Please proceed,
a
Sen.
skiff
Rafi.
boat,
Okay,
and the
as
net
you can see, that's the fishing vessel. At nabanggit yan ni Alice Goo
starting with the lower deck,
during
which is where
one of
most
the hearings.
action happens.
Sheila Goo, na sumakay sila sa maliit na boat, kulay puti, and then nag-transfer sa isang fishing vessel. So maaring ganun yung ginamit na roll, yung video. And then papakita po natin kung papaano na hindi na niya kailangan pang sumampa from boat to boat dahil sinek din po namin from July 1 to July 20 yung route na binanggit ni Sheila Goo ay medyo rough ang dagat, medyo maalon, habagat, kaya imposibleng basta-basta na lamang sila makapagsampa without the aid of that fishing vessel that I showed. Wala ba tayong moving? Mabilis lang.
Can we proceed to show the video, please? As part of the opening statement. Or kung hindi pa kaya sa ngayon, Sen. Rafi, baka sa bahagi ng pagtatanong nyo mamaya.
Yes. Today, Madam Chair, with the help of our resource speakers from the Coast Guard, Immigration, CAAP, and other relevant agencies, I would like to identify the weak points in our border control. Madam Chair, our country's borders is very complicated. Every shoreline could serve as an exit point, and this makes the Philippines a potential hub for transnational crimes. We have to review our border control and transportation regulations policies. Wala po sa mga commercial modes of transportation ang problema. Kasi ang kriminal, hindi naman po sasakayan ng MRT. Usually sarili niyang motorsiklo or heavily tainted na van. Ganon din po sa sea and air transport. Ang kriminal na may pera ay may ibang paraan ng paglalakbay. On another matter, Madam Chair, I would like also for us to look into the process and protocol in extracting fugitives in our country. This is not our first fugitive extraction. We have undergone this process before. But what was the reason why there seemed to be a different protocol with Alice Goo's extraction? Yusek Raul Vasquez said that it was just an immigration-to-immigration issue. Si Alice Goo, tulad ni Sheila Goo at Cassandra Ong, ay hinuli ng Indonesian authorities dahil sa immigration violation. Dahil dalawang passport at hindi proper ang entry documents. That was the process that was followed because it's fast, efficient, and least expensive dahil nga immigration to immigration lang. Exclusion removal on their side and extraction on our side. In fact, with the two ladies, Sheila Goo and Cassandra Ong, there was just 2 immigration officers and 2 NBI officers who processed their extraction, and they took a regular commercial flight. What was the thought process behind the alternate protocol in the case of Alice Goo? The Senate arrest order was issued prior to the warrant issued by the Capas Tarlac RTC. I want this to be clarified in this hearing. And finally, was the dismissal of Alice Goo from being mayor a scheme for the filing of the case in Capas Tarlac? Would it not be better if this case was filed in a court outside the jurisdiction of Tarlac, which Alice Goo treated as her playground? Of course, we assume that there is a regularity in our court processes. But maybe we should realign our policies to ensure that it cannot be manipulated. Because, let's face it, kung may natutunan tayo dito sa kwento ni Alice Goo, basta't may pera ka, walang imposible. Salamat po, Madam Chair.